YouTube. Yep. So no prizes for guessing what band the guy who just brought this in. So this is a late night one. I'm going to be talking a bit quieter because it's like 10:30 at night. The guy's going to come and pick up tomorrow. So I fixed it a bit quick, I think's the problem. So it's in for wiring issues. So here we have an Eastwood, Brian Eastwood ABBA guitar. Yeah, you can make a guitar this shape. I remember seeing this when ABBA were playing it. I was always just, but I never thought the headstock was right, just having a Strat headstock. But the original one does have that. This has also got a Les, is it a Les trem? A Duesenberg tremolo on it as well, which I've not even... It sort of works. It needs an Allen key there to adjust it out. In fact, I won't bother using it. I'm not really going to be able to play it anyway. Yeah, so I just had just pretty much dodgy wiring. So this one has iron gear pickups in it, although I didn't take them out to check. It sounds about right. We've got a volume, a three-way switch, a volume for the piezo bridge, and a blend pot. And it's like, I'd never thought of that because you can't mix. I've tried it before, you know, if you just had a volume for each of them, just going to the output, it's like to get both of them to sound, it's like you move it a millimetre and you can only hear the magnetic pickups, and move it a millimetre back, you can only hear the piezo. So they're kind of, there's something to do with impedance. I don't really understand, but you can't just mix them straight up. You do get a chip called a power chip by Fishman, which does that for you, or some sort of Activy stuff in it. This doesn't have that, but I quite like the blend pot. I do actually have a Tune-o-matic bridge sitting down there, so I might put that on something just for the sake of it. Yeah, so it had a coil split switch on it, which is one of the, I don't know if the point is, it's even still sitting there. You guys are happy. I think that's a coil split switch for the neck pickup, and I was like, just for the neck pickup, you can do both of them in the switch. Not on these wee stupid switches. It's only got 3 prongs on it, and I think these are about 50 pence, something like that. Or you can pay 60 pence and get one with 6 things on it, which means you can do an awful lot more with it. I don't know what I'll use that for. Use it for a kill switch or something. So I've rejigged it. I've also put my coil choice switch in as well. So it's a 3-way, so you know when it's in humbucker mode, when it's in the middle. If you push it forward, it gives you the north coils. And if you push it back, it gives you the south coils. I was going to do the inner and outer ones, but you can only do that with very specific pickups. One of those pickups being what I put in the corker. Because if you look at a DiMarzio Super Distortion, that's actually an upside down. So in a humbucker, these two pickups, the 2 coils are opposite wind and opposite polarity. Yeah, one's clockwise, one's anti-clockwise, one's got a positive magnet, one's got a negative magnet. And they're put in series, which gives you your humbucker. So And normally when a guitar's set up, these 2 coils are the same. These 2 coils are the same, and these 2 coils are the same. So when you coil split it down, if on a normal guitar, if you take the outside 2, they're both the same. Therefore, you don't get hum cancelling when you've got both of them on. So you'd have to get these 2, which is in this guitar, because this has 2 rows of pole pieces the same. You can just flip it out and turn it round. Whereas with the other pickup, or with this one, if I turned it, one of these pickups round, then the pole pieces would be in the wrong place and it would look funny. It's dead easy to do. Electrically, it's wired for that. So basically, if you flip either one of these, just unscrew it, turn it round, screw it back in again, it will be outer and inner coils. The advantage there is there's a bit more difference between when you've got both of them on. There's a bit more difference between like those 2 and those 2, the 2 different sounds, as opposed to being, those 2 and then those 2, where all you're really doing is moving the pickup a wee bit up the way. But if you're going to do a coil split, that's the way I would do it anyway, because splitting this down, the best sounding pickup is the best sounding coil is the neckmost one. So that's the one you want to be there. And then the bridge pickup, this one's always a bit trebly. You just can't, just moving it that much makes such a difference to the tone on the bridge pickup specifically. Although in saying that, in this guitar, the bridge pickup's actually quite far up compared to other guitars. If you look at that Washburn, for example, the bridge pickups, it's only a finger's gap away from where it leaves the saddle before it hits the pickup. So that's a much more trebly one. This one, you've got like 2 fingers gap. So it's like that. If you imagine moving that pickup just up to there. But these things are it's obviously a show guitar. I think I might actually have to go and see the band at some point. especially if it's this guitar. So what did I do to it? I just had to rewire the whole thing. It was just, he said it was working when he got it, and then it broke down just before COVID, I think. And when I plugged it in, it was working. And it's basically just it's not very good soldering onto the jack socket. So I fixed that up, and then I kind of took off more than half the connections, redid them and put them back on again just to make them better. Upgraded the switch to be the dual coil choice switch. Put new washers on the pots, because they were kind of, it's like the hole must have been drilled for bigger pots at some point, and then it's been put in thinner shaft points, so it's like the hole was big and the washer was kind of falling into the, so just put new washers on it, sorted it. Sometimes it's a very easy fix. Probably not an easy fix if you don't happen to have a tub of guitar washers. Always handy whenever, you know, some guitars do come here to die, but bits of them live on. I never throw out like these bolts that hold tuners on and bits, even if the rest of the guitars need bits and screws, and because you never know when you need one. Even managed to match. It was missing a volume knob, and I had one. I've told him to buy witch hat ones, because the ones that are on this guitar are meant to be more like this. Oops! I need to stop hitting the guitars off the roof. Those sort of knobs are the ones that are on Bjorns one. So I think I looked them up on eBay. I think it was a $5 or $4, but I'm not. Yeah. Oh, wait a week and I'll get it for you, or just like basically just here. I sent him the link. Buy these if you want. Maybe once he started playing the guitar again. I'd be the only person that would notice if it doesn't have the right knobs on it. And to be honest, I only noticed because I looked up a picture of it going like that pair. I wonder if those are the right knobs, and they're not. So we is on bridge pickup. Playing it quietly because it's 10 o'clock at night. Although I'm still obviously shouting and playing when I'm drunk, and it's during the week though, and I've not been drinking and I've not had the guitar on, so people won't be used to it. And then the bridge coil. And then the other bridge coil. Neck pickup, humbucker, loud, so's the bridge pickup. That's this coil, and like I said, this coil shouldn't sound as good as this coil. Let's see. North coil. Makes it sound like a Strat actually. And then if you're in the middle position, like I said, when you've got the two different sounds, I don't think the coil splits will make a difference to the humbucker sound. There's your humbucker, south coils. And then north coils. Yeah, there's the difference there. That's a much softer one, isn't it? As opposed to... Yep, and so that's the magnetic pickup sounds. So that's, I think that's 9 sounds I worked out. But these are all blendable with this pot. It's got a Tune-o-matic piezo bridge in it. So I was explaining to the guy, so I normally put a stereo output, blah blah blah, and he's like, it doesn't need. He said he didn't even need volume controls. It doesn't need tone controls. He just runs it all into like a. I don't think he actually said what it was. I think a Kemper or something like that, or something, some sort of effects in it. And I was explaining, it's the thing about the acoustic and the electric is the acoustic pickup kind of really wants to come through the PA rather than going into a guitar amp, and the magnetic pickup really want to be going into a guitar amp. They sound pish going through a PA. So, but he's obviously got patches. So whenever you're switching between to acoustic, he's got the acoustic pickup, but he'll have a patch that will change in the floorboards. So this is the acoustic up full bung. mean, at this point it was up here, yeah. So it was just nice having the acoustic for like one song. I didn't know at this point he was in an ABBA band, although I should have known. So that'll be for Chiquitita, tell me what's said. I've never played Chiquitita, I don't even know the song, but I mean, it probably is D because most of them are. Or you can blend in. See, that is actually pretty good. It's not, it doesn't blend in the middle, but it goes from fully acoustic. So that's it. Let's just say it's at 10. If it's fully up, it's fully acoustic. Bring it back. 9. See, it starts coming in. It actually works quite well. I think I don't know why did I never think of the blend pot? I'm kind of kicking myself a wee bit. As soon as he said when I was talking to him, he says, "That'll be alright." It's some sort of blend. I was like, "Oh, blend? Yeah, that might work." But again, as I said, it really wants to have another patch, not or another channel to go into, like whatever goes into. It's actually not that uncomfortable. I'm finding myself resting my arm there quite. It's not actually that bad. It's like, when I say it's not actually that bad, I mean it's like it's more comfortable playing than a Thunderbird is. More comfortable playing than a fucking Les Paul is, because at least I can have it on my front. Doesn't have to do that sideways shite. That was me mixing. There's a wee bit of fidget to be done with volumes and stuff like that, but I don't think the guys want that. You can set your guitar to. I think a lot of the acoustic sound things an attitude and how you play it. Did say the strings have been on it for like 4 years. I'm going to do videos. Well, good luck. The strings have been on it for like 4 years, so terrible. I sound a wee bit buzzy there, but I'd always be worried about it's more likely to be the strings just being old. Now, it's got a hell of a not very much of an angle going over that bridge. If there are issues with that jumping out, I would shim the neck. This is for the chap whose guitar it is. He didn't actually ask me to set it up. It plays alright, but I can make it play better than this. I think. Maybe if you're happy with it, it's fine. Let's get some. Not as low as that. Change your mind, be the first in line. Maybe I'm still free. Take a chance on me. When you take me to the park, when you get no line. When you take me to the bank, if you think What? If you change your mind, put the first in line. Maybe I'm still free. dance on me. Take me to the back of the crypto land. Take me to the front of the world. I take a chance on the along. Nothing like, but I'm still free. Dance on me. The chance that you got no line. Bum 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 bum. Dance on me. Dance on me. Oh, you can do the dancing. I'm in no hurry. Nothing of the hurry. But you know I can. Not too strong enough. This is the thing to top. It's magic. That's going for me now. That's drumming and now we're down to the. To the left arm. Cause I let you see. Change your mind. Be the first in line. They'll be. Oh, I can't! Too much is strong enough! What does the thing to do? It's magic! What time is it going on? What time is it going on? I've done that better. Keep moving. You're very light strings on it. Maybe these are 8s. I have to say that I have seen this guitar. Well, never seen an actual guitar. I've seen the real ABBA guitar, like in videos and shit. I never really went, oh, I really want one of them. But see, you're actually playing it, it's cool as fuck. It's like, I like it. It's got it kind of reminds me a wee bit of my P bass that I made for my pal Peg. You know, the one that's shaped like a gigantic P, because it's a really stupid shape as well. But it's not that stupid. It's like, although these points are sticking out, none of them are actually sticking into me. I'm kind of able to hold the guitar a little bit like you can with a flying V, with the, you know, have it inside my leg there. And that this slot here fits my arm pretty well. It's like, it's not actually, it's not difficult. Kind of feels a wee bit like an Explorer or something like that. Single coil it. I never actually said to the guy, but I did say to him, I was up here. Oh, ABBA, totally. I've been playing. He saw me the other night playing the disco bass with that pair. I worked out, you know. Don't know when you're gonna move, it's like you're gonna be. I'm just running my heart in around. Yeah. I'm sure all the ABBA songs are great. I was going to say, if his bass player's ever ill, I'll stand in. I don't actually know. I need to maybe if he's watched this and get to comment what his ABBA band's called. But I kind of fancy going to see an ABBA band. It might be quite good. I would no interest in going to see a karaoke ABBA band. That sounds awful. I remember being at a party a couple of years ago, just after lockdown, over at my pal Davey's house. And it was music was on. It was pretty bad music, and then on came, oh my god, ABBA, something for me to listen to, and it was, who's it that covered ABBA? Was it Westlife or something, or Steps, or all the girls were singing along with it, and it was like the melody line was very similar. Didn't have any of the music though. That's the thing about something like ABBA. Yeah, there is a song for the ladies to sing, but in below it, it's got pure killer guitar and bass. It's like pure amazing music behind it, and it's like whatever band it was, Steps or Westlife, it just didn't. It didn't have the disco bass. It didn't have anything in it. It was just kind of like a sort of super bland synthesizer. You're just like, oh, where's the? Yeah, I was struggling with the crap music that was on. I was like, pure fucking ABBA. Yes, here we go. And it just didn't have any of the good bits. Really annoying. So as long as I need to make sure that the guy's got the good bits in it. No, that's I actually thought at first this was probably quite a cheap guitar, but see when actually playing it, considering these strings are 4-year-old, I think it might actually be quite an expensive guitar. It's totally fine. All the tone woods, I think it might be MDF actually, I'm not sure. No, it's not a pro paint job. I could have managed this paint job, I think. It's a wee bit better. It's kind of got a sort of glittery sparkle to it, and it really annoys me that the pickup rings aren't quite big enough, so you can see a wee bit of the routing there for the humbucker. If this was mine, it would be I would find bigger pickup rings just so that it covers up that wee gap. I'd put the witch hat knobs on it, and I'd take off the Duesenberg trem and sell it, because it's annoying that the angle it's sitting at. I can't be bothered to get an Allen key to adjust it with it. So I mean, I suppose it's kind of, in some ways, it's actually killed. I'm not actually going to build one of these now, because this would be, as far as building a guitar goes, this would be a pretty easy one, really. It's just straight lines, so the jigsaw would just be zip, 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 zip. No, the sanding of it would be an absolute pig, wouldn't it? I don't know. Oh God, oh no, I'd never build one. Imagine sanding it. You'd have to like try to get that square. Oh no, it'd be awful. It'd be an absolute nightmare to build one of these. Now to think about it. I think that string's just dead. It doesn't seem as loud as the other ones, but I'm thinking it's just see that the A string's definitely quiet. I wonder if it's slightly. I think, to be honest, it might be something to do with these strings being very thin, especially if you're going for. This is why I built my double neck Telecaster, which is an acoustic neck and a electric neck. To get a really good acoustic sound out of a guitar, yes, the piezo pickup's a great thing. So you want the piezo pickup going into an acoustic amp or a PA, and you want to put acoustic strings on. That's the trick, and then it'll sound like, then it basically is a solid body acoustic. The problem with that is though, if you went to the electric modes, you're using the electric pickups going into a PA, that's going to sound shit, and you've got acoustic strings which you can't bend and are going to sound shit. So that's why I built one with two necks. So it was just a case of acoustic strings, acoustic pickup, acoustic amp, electric strings, electric pickup, electric guitar amp. But obviously I'm doing it old school. I'm doing it real style, not using some of these floorboard things, which I'm sure this will will work fine on. Although that it is annoying that that string's not as loud. I think thicker strings would help, but I think just strings that aren't 4-year-old would probably make them all sound the same. Or you could just blend in the magnetic pickups. Grover tuners on it. It's got Grover tuners on it as well. But it's not a cheapie, and this trem, these trems are like 100, 120, 150 quid, something like that. For it's the Duesenberg less trem, I think it's called. The point with one of these is if you want, I mean, have it over a Bigsby, definitely, and the modifications you need to do to your guitar, like your SG or your Les Paul, are none. All you do is unbolt the tailpiece, ba-dumph, and then put the trem on, and then put those bolts back in again, put the strings on, bingo, done. I mean, it's a good bit of engineering. It's just a shame it's like, if you really wanted it, and it's all right. But it's like if you see it, it's sitting really close to the body. There's an Allen bolt there to adjust it, so you can actually rotate it out so it's sat where it should, up like that. I'm just gonna do it. See what's this. I was just never very impressed with the. I don't really like Bigsby's. You just do that with it. Oh, it looks like it might actually adjust round with it. Oh, mate, it's actually quite good. See, I would want it there. Obviously, acoustic with a whammy bar. Actually, it does go quite low. And it goes up. Actually, it's not bad at all. Yeah. So, I mean, it's awesome, isn't it? Really? I think you'd have to be. I don't know if it's the sort of guitar you would buy if you weren't an ABBA fan. I don't know. I think people are scared to admit the fact that ABBA are awesome. It's such a funny one, isn't it? It's like an explosion, like a silver explosion. But very cool. Love it. So it's going back tomorrow. There's really any point in seeing the back. It's just the same. It's got a crazy. I don't know. It's a couple of design elements. See the shape of it out the cover. See the pickup selector switch. You have to take it out to wire it because the pickup selector switch is actually kind of here. So the cavity here is like this shape, but it's got this cool shape thing. It's like, obviously if they'd made it the correct size, it wouldn't have been this cool lightning bolt thing. Not that you have to go into a guitar and change it very often. Interesting thing about this one as well, it had there's a pot inside it somehow, right? There's a pot in it, and I was wondering if that was some way of making the piezo and the magnetic work together. Oh, there's some sort of clever thing going on, and it's like, no, it was just what I think's happened is a previous owner has put this piezo bridge in, and then they've taken the old tone pot and just gone and just left it connected. So it's inside. So there was just a tone pot that was only connected to the neck pickup, and you could take the back off and set like a sort of set tone thing, just hanging about. So I just took it out. The guy said he didn't like tone controls anyway, which is fair enough. Especially if you're using pedals, especially if you're doing, I'd imagine it's probably quite a pro type ABBA band. I don't think it's like, I'd imagine. I don't know. I'm going to look him up. I assume he's from Glasgow. Sounded from Glasgow, so I'll maybe look him up and see which band it is he's got. But they've been gigging without this guitar when he's got one. It would take me so long to get it fixed. It's awesome. And there you go, there's my wee 5-minute video because it's 10 o'clock at night. Because I can just love to talk about these things. That's fucking awesome. I mean, if you don't think this is awesome, then just, what? How? You can say it's hideous, but it's still awesome. I really don't like it. Oh, well, it's alright not to like it. but it's still amazing. Yeah, I think a pointier headstock, but then it wouldn't be the proper ABBA one. Rock on, and I shall see you tomorrow. I actually put out a video tonight. This is Thursday. Thursday. I got my car back at last. But I mean, I think the guy felt really guilty about it. Basically, the bill was half what I was expecting. No, I didn't say that. So it's done now. No, I could play this properly. New strings, heavier strings, I think. I wonder if they are just nines. They don't feel like nines. They feel really, really light. You can't normally bend it. And it just needs, obviously it needs a bit of a clean. It was a bit dusty. I gave it a quick dust, a bit of oil there. New strings. Run with that, the fret rubber. And I would still be tempted to... I'd be tempted to try and think about shimming the neck a little bit, because I just don't... I don't think there's... Especially seeing as it's a piezo bridge, I don't think there's enough downward pressure there. That's a very straight line. You can't see it because of the trem. But it's almost... I mean, it is coming up and over it. But ideally I would want a steeper angle so that it was a bit more pulling down on the piezos. I think that's maybe part of the problem why the A string's not quite connecting. It just needs to either have a bit more tension or a bit more of an angle going over the bridge. There's different theories about what angle you want that to be. You get people that top wrap their Les Pauls so that you get more of an angle like that, because the forums say it's a good idea. It also fucks up the top of your tailpiece if you do that. I'm not the guy that does that. And there's other people that say, you got to have it really high up, and you got to have it bolted into the body for tone and all that. And, it doesn't need. Try it. I mean, it's fair enough to try it, but